Why is it important to help others who need it? We are often so focused on ourselves and our own lives that we forget to take the time and effort to help others, even though it's a great way to make a difference in the world.
I will cause others to believe in me because I will believe in them and in myself. I want to share a story. In my primary business that my wife and I are building, I'm not going to talk about that specifically, but I'm going to talk about what we've been doing as it relates to that. Cause others to believe in me because I will believe in them and in myself. I've talked about this before, but I'm going to mention again. When my wife and I made a commitment to the Trinity Challenge, what that did was that fine-tuned our focus. I don't know if you guys ever remember fine-tuning a television set years and years ago. There are people on this call that remember that. We used to have to fine-tune a TV to see it clearly. Sometimes we had to move the antenna a little bit. Sometimes we had to use the fine-tuner that was actually on the TV to make the picture as sharp as we possibly could. That's what happened when we set our goals with the Trinity Challenge, is we fine-tuned our goals so that we could see exactly where we want to go and know exactly what to do. When we made that commitment, shortly after that, somebody who has been deaf since birth, hasn't been able to hear his entire life, joined me in business. And that was a challenge because I had never worked with someone deaf before. And in our main company, we don't have captions on the training videos, which makes it, a major challenge for someone who wants to learn but is deaf. Who knows? Maybe one day we can have captions on training videos for the people that are deaf. I'm sure down the road that will come. Anyway, helping him was a joy because I shared my screen. I put my browser on half the screen and a text notepad on the other half. And I could barely understand what he was saying because, someone who's deaf and never heard before obviously can't hear themselves speak. So when they speak, they talk like this. Okay? Now, I just said, so when they speak, they talk like this. I'm only doing an impression, okay? I'm not making fun of anybody. I just want to make that clear. So it was a challenge. How am I going to help this guy? What am I going to do? Well, our goal and dream was to help people. One of our goals, okay? And actually to help a specific number of people. And so I will cause others to believe in me by believing in them and in myself. And so I believed in him. He never got help from anybody because he's deaf. Nobody's helped him ever. And he's been trying for so long to find a way to, earn some additional income. I was sensitive to that. I understood that because as we spoke, even though I couldn't really understand some of what he was saying, oftentimes I did. It's really cool. His speaking voice has a Polish accent. And you would wonder why someone who's deaf would have a Polish accent. Well, if he watches the formation of words when he's reading lips, that's not something that we all pay attention to. We might subliminally pay attention to that. But anyway, bottom line is not only did I help him get all set up completely because he could not do a shred of it by himself, but he drove traffic to his site with my guidance, and sure enough, he's made at least, maybe a few $1,000s already, and he's only been in for, maybe a couple months or so, a few months.
Why is it important to help others who need it? Did you know that when you help even just one person, it can lead to a ripple effect of positivity throughout the community?
Bottom line is, it was the greatest feeling in the world. And you know what else happens? That transfer of effort happens. In other words, he brought on someone who was 80, that just turned 81 years old. She never got help, but helping somebody and spending the time and investing the time to do that which you can for someone else just helps tremendously. And then after she became happily involved, he brought another person on, and she is 82 years old. And last night she was at our company Zoom for the first time. She is all set up and ready to go. And this particular person, she was actually a professor of nursing at the University of Michigan. And she retired 14 years ago. She had an investment that had gone bad that ruptured her financial life. Anyway, I spent the time helping her, and I still do every single day. Now she knows how to assemble follow-up newsletter broadcasts to her list, which is one of the vital activities that someone who's working online wants to do. and her name is Shake Katefian. So she was on the webinar we had for our company last night. Bottom line is this. I'll tell you what, there is no greater feeling in the world on planet Earth that happens or occurs when you help somebody else. When you tell them, I believe in you, and I'm going to hold your hand. And she was very skeptical and nervous and uncomfortable because this is something she's never done in her entire life before. But when you're holding someone's hand with a smile on your face, and it's evident in that what you're producing and helping that person with, you just can't describe the feeling that you get when that person unfolds. And it's such a beautiful thing to watch somebody just blossom from that little seedling to a beautiful flower because they follow directions and they do what you're attempting to help them with, and they take the actions, and their attitude is, okay, I'm going to learn. I trust this person. I'm going to learn, and I'm excited that I finally have somebody helping me. Because I found, unfortunately, in the online sector, that many people don't want to take the time to help somebody who's older than some certain age, or don't know how, like I had no clue how, to help somebody who was deaf since birth without the tools necessary to help that person get an education. They just can't do it without captions on videos. But they can do it when they have someone holding their hand. When you believe in others, that causes others to believe in you, and it helps reinforce you believing in yourself.
Why is it important to help others who need it? At the end of the day, helping others is an act of kindness that benefits everyone involved. It is an opportunity to show compassion and generosity, which are two of the most meaningful characteristics a person can possess.
So, I hope everybody takes today, runs with it, does something to help somebody else. Go out of your way to help someone else because it comes to you from totally unexpected sources, but more importantly, because it fulfills what our hearts have been designed to do since we were conceived, and that's to help others and love people. Make it a wonderful day. Don't let anybody steal your dreams, and bye for now.